I'm having a little problem right now. It's a girl thing. I realize the picture in the program, I have on the same jacket. So,
she asked if there was time to go home.
So now I'm struggling. It's all about the look. Anyway, that aside, I need to speak for our employees. That is my role up here. We have the most giving group of people at our home office here. It's not a matter of if they believe in giving, it's a matter of just asking them. When you look at the $130,000 in the program that we have contributed, you have to remember it's matching funds. So if it wasn't for our employees giving their money, the $130,000 wouldn't really be there. They open up their hearts, they open up their wallets, their pocketbooks, they give what they can, and they give to the organizations that they truly have a passion for. We are so proud of them. We hopefully tell them that in many ways every day of the year. And with them, we plan to continue next year and the year after and the year after, helping those in our community that just need a little help now and then. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Kevin.
Thank you, Deb. Well said. I want to echo her thoughts about our employees. They have giving hearts, and it's such an impressive thing to see. They do other things month to month in addition to all the Lenawee Cares work that they do to raise funds for other organizations in the community. It's just wonderful to watch and to see. I would like to congratulate today's other award winners. I know the Murrays very well. I'm so proud of them, and they're such great servants, and Jim Hartley as well. Makisha, congratulations, well done. They all are very deserving recipients today. Our Giving Hearts and program at Gleaner goes back to this young gentleman right here in the front row. You, yes, you. Frank's legacy goes back to 1981 when he chose to move the organization to Adrian. And one of the reasons that I think he would tell you he chose to move it here was because it could have such a positive impact on the community. He loved what he saw in the community, and he thought we could make a difference if we came here. So coming down from Birmingham, it was one of the main reasons that he chose Adrian as the headquarters for the organization. Now, he's 92 years young, just recently, March 8th. He continues to be a tremendous giver and beneficiary of different organizations in our community, and we thank him for his service and continued service as the Chairman Emeritus of our board. We also have the President and CEO of the Lenawee Community Foundation, Sue Ann Hammersmith, who is also involved and has been for a long time in our Southville.
Well, Londa, first of all, thank you very much for those very gracious and kind remarks. I deeply appreciate it. And good morning to all of you. It's great to be here. Representative Colley told me this morning that she wanted to set the scene just right, so she arranged for this nice little winter scene. I told her if she'd move on to spring, I might think more of her. Oh well. I want you to know I was certainly surprised at the March meeting of the LAISD Board of Education when Londa, Mary Murray, Joe Williams, and Nate Smith showed up and surprised me with the announcement of this award. It truly is not something I had ever even considered. So it was definitely a surprise for me. Nonetheless, when I did some checking back and reflecting on who the past recipients of the Stubnitz Award are, I was very humbled, because there are a lot of people on that list that I consider to be both good friends and mentors. So I very sincerely thank you, the committee that selected me for this award, and the folks that nominated me for it. I'm very appreciative. I also want to congratulate Makisha, Kevin Marty, and his entire team of Gleaners and Mary and Mark on your recognitions this morning. All very, very well deserved. You know, with apologies to the group of people over there from Madison, because I did something like this about 15 years ago. I don't know how many of them can remember that far. But I have here a nice, crisp, fresh off the press $50 bill. We all know what $50 can buy. Actually, I think when I did this 15 years ago, I used 20, but expect inflation, okay? David, if you'll hold this for just a minute. Now, this $50 bill just isn't as crisp as it was. It might, on first impression, not look to be as valuable as it was. But I suspect if I raise my hand, or ask you to raise your hand, if you're interested in having that $50 bill, I probably would have a lot of volunteers. Well, I was blessed and challenged during my career to be able to observe firsthand how many of the children in our community are an awful lot like that $50 bill. They're a little wrinkled up, they're a little beaten up, they've been mistreated, they haven't had things go for them quite the way that they deserve to have them go. But nonetheless, they are every bit as valuable and every bit as deserving of our love and support and help as those that come from a little more favorable and sheltered environment. It's tough, you know, when adults go through things such as poverty, losing a job, divorce, health issues, drug problems that confront our community. It's tough for adults to go through those things. But it's even tougher when things like that affect children. Years ago, a couple of times today, there are so many opportunities in this community to make a difference. I thank and commend all of you that are here today for all that you're doing to make this community better. You have made service a priority in your lives. And frankly, that's all it's about, making service a priority. When someone comes up and asks us to do something, and we'll say, I don't have the time. Or maybe later when I have a little bit more time, I can help you out with that. What we're really saying is that whatever it is you're asking me to do right now just isn't that high a priority in my life. And there are so many organizations that need our help. You know, I ask at your church, get a hold of Sue at the Community Foundation and ask about volunteer opportunities, or just read her column in this past Sunday's Telegram. Join Rotary. Or, if you're getting a little older and don't have quite that much energy, consider Kiwanis. Take that, Buku. Seriously, there are so many great service clubs in our community. Consider joining one if you aren't a member already. Or help out one of the social service agencies. Or contact your local school. I'll guarantee you, they've got a kid or two that could use a mentor or a tutor, and you don't need to have experience. They'll train you, okay? Just make the call. I also invite you to consider joining our Lenawee Cares campaign board.
Dr. Paul is also another wonderful person in our community that serves so many of us in the medical field. It is such an honor and a privilege to have been asked to prepare you for the receipt this morning of the Lenawee Leadership Award. It is an award that will always share the face of people who really care and go the extra mile. You promote the quality of life in our community. Your citizens, our citizens, benefit so greatly by your service. Your civic projects alone. Let's open a multifaceted business, and let's do it right here in Lenawee County. Let's contribute to the arts, the music, the arts center, just to name a few. Let's build a fitness center that can be afforded by anyone, and let's make it available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Let's open our doors, our minds, and our hearts to business experience so that others too might dream about what they're able to do in our great community. Positive thinking, positive behaviors breed better communities. You bring that to us. The Adrian Armory is a perfect example. So many people tried to find a way to bring that building back to life. Even large conglomerates tried very hard, good faith efforts to make it work. Mark and Mary made it work. If you haven't been over there, it's beautiful. It will be there to serve us for as long as the Armory has existed, quietly, without service. You are the example that showed us it could be done, and that's where we learned that we too could be great. While all this is underway and in process, let's touch and encourage the souls of others by respecting the grace, dignity, and peace, all without division, judgmentalism, or needless anxiety. Those are big things, because those of us who serve suffer under all those burdens. We just do it gracefully. Your behavior, we know, is driven by your faith, understanding, and a heartfelt appreciation for other people. Mary said, Margaret, you know this award is really about Mark. Mark said, you know this award is really about Mary. I only mentioned that my mother was Agnes Murray, and so I look to them for my brother and sister and all the support that comes with it. And I never had to deal with them at the breakfast table.
When Dave came and hunted Mark and I down, he had this, I think this is the current one. You know, this is the one he actually gave me. When I look at these names, I'm just completely, well, I'm daunting. It's daunting. I don't look at myself as a leader. I view myself as someone who has been extremely blessed. Blessed with a family that nurtured and taught me about the importance of working hard, doing a job well, and then giving back. Blessed with wonderful friends. Wonderful friends. Excuse me a minute here. Let me just compose myself. I need to, again, channel my friend Mary Martin, who does this kind of thing so well. I view myself, again, as someone who's very blessed. The friendships that I have just overwhelm me. Wonderful friends who model and demonstrate kindness, generosity, volunteerism, and love in their everyday life, and blessed to be in a community that is wildly, and I do mean that, wildly generous. Also caring and also determined to make a difference in this community, and we all do that. And this is really about you today. And ultimately you all not only change our community, but you change the world we live in. Everyone in this room is a leader, and the synergy that we have when we cooperate and focus on the needs of others